let's get into this prologue and this battle between Kobalt and Ezra3. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, go.
Baby.
The pink t-shirt redeemed good luck to both runners.
Yes, good luck, guys.
So, Carrie, talk to us about prologue a little bit.
Prologue is mainly just a matter of using as many bunny hops as you possibly can. Every bunny hop, I think, saves, 2 frames or something?
Yep.
And you want to basically try to use as many as you can without accidentally falling down into a hole.
That's pretty much it. It's pretty straightforward stuff, and both players showing us how it's done there really nicely.
Usually when you get to around these times, you want at least a 28 or so.
Metagloria redeemed good luck to both runners. Ickle Chris, good luck. A Kerper, good luck. Palm Top, good luck. Lil K, Cough, good luck. Sickly Jack, I love you. Dialogue redeemed, good luck. Okay, let's if both runners are ready, let's get to the postcard screen. We'll count it down and get into City. Okay, our runners look ready, and let's get into City in 3, 2, 1, go.
City. I always find City to be... I do a lot of resets in City, but it's because I find the level very restrictive. It seems to be one of the more claustrophobic types of
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
There's a lot of really good movement for top level runners, but there's just so many places where you can bonk, and yeah,
that's a really good point, Carrie. The restricted movement here, the claustrophobia, it's a definite factor. There's a lot of tight movements, and you can see both runners here.
Great movement over the crossing.
Yeah. And it looks like Kobalt with the slight lead.
Yep. At the moment, but as I had, nice move by Ezra there on that particular screen. That's a really hard strat to get down. I went with a more consistent strat that might be a bit slower.
And already you can notice the difference between this race and the last couple races. Just a little more smoother movement, the ability to maintain the momentum a little bit better. You're seeing more advanced movements like wall jumps, extended hypers. Kobalt, the first one to attempt the neutral jump up this wall, but struggling a bit and allowing Ezra to close the gap. Let's see if Ezra can get it first try.
That was a rough second city for me.
First try from Ezra.
Nice.
Nicely done.
Thanks.
I'm gonna try switching to full screen.
I don't do the diagonal dash, so it's not hard.
Wow, both runners with a minute 30.
Minute 30. Nice.
On the money, minute 30 for both.
Minute 30 is where I start saying it's bad.
I'm gonna switch to full screen real quick because it's... If the game goes away for you guys, just let me know.
Okay.
You guys can still see it?
I still see it.
All right, cool. Yeah, it was really not liking windowed.
Okay, here we go. If the runners are ready, we will get into Old Site next.
I am ready.
Okay, here we go. Old Site begins in 3, 2, 1, go. Kobalt was faster by 0.5. You're technically correct, Comet. You're technically correct. Yeah, we usually will open up the journals and show the times at the end of each stage.
Oh, oops.
Whoops.
It's no big deal.
Not a big time loss there.
If we're lucky, we can usually see the file times at the end of the chapter complete screen. So.
Yeah. No worries. Don't worry about it.
If we catch those, it's no loss.
Yeah. All right,
nice,
and
cutscene into the dream block there from both.
Yeah, smooth play. Kobalt with the slight lead here.
Dream blocks very fun movement, but very easy to, it's very easy to run straight into a wall by accident. Like, especially this movement by Ezra right there. I have occasionally whacked right into a wall by, for no reason other than I wasn't in the right spot.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a few movements that require you to kind of precision dash through these blocks, and if you're off a little bit, you're gonna probably take a death.
We were talking earlier in chat as to whether City or Sight was harder, and I think the way that I put it was that City is harder to optimize, whereas Sight is a bit more punishing in its deaths, because it's when you really start to see the long screens where the deaths are more punishing.
Yeah, these screens right now that both runners are zipping through. Ezra actually was behind coming into this screen, made up some time with some really nice movement, and closed the gap now. And both players are now through, and really nicely done into the awake section.
The awake section, all about trying to maintain the momentum for as long as you possibly can, with a lot of wave dashes, utilizing the dream blocks.
Yeah, you're gonna see again as these times get faster, the runners are gonna be really looking to optimize movement through here, using again like Carrie said, the ultras, trying to avoid these springboards, and using even corner boosts, which you may see.
Yes, Ezra did one right there, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, I did a corner boost. It was so awesome.
Nice.
I really like when I get like a corner boost in.
Same. Whenever I get a corner boost, it's a real pog moment for a brief time.
Nice, GG.
GG, guys.
All right, now I look at the journal.
Yeah, let's pop open the journals, and Carrie, why don't you break down what you see here?
All right, let's see. I got a
Wow.
213 old Sight from Kobalt, and we have a 213 from
213s.
Ezra as well. Oh
Look
my
at
God,
those
so we
times.
have a different.
Wait, so
We
what's
have
the total
Oh my
time
God.
difference?
Total
There is
time
a
difference.
time
Yeah, it's
of 0.034 seconds right now.
it's
Wow.
about-
Basically
yeah.
within 2 frames of each other.
Yeah, this is
I think that's 3 frames. I don't know.
Three
frames.
frames.
It's very close.
it's very close.
Yeah.
But going into, the first couple of stages, I feel like they're a warm up, and as we enter the Celestial Resort, this is kind of like where the run begins, I believe. You know.
Yeah. I usually won't reset runs in 1 or 2 unless there's some. Well, actually, anyone who follows me on Twitch knows that's a lie. I'll reset in 1 all the time. But if there's a good run going, I usually won't consider it a run until at least Resort.
Okay, as the runners get ready to race, we're gonna.
This is actually going to be a tie.
This is gonna be a legit
It's gonna be
tie.
a frame perfect tie.
Oh my God, could you imagine?
That
Okay,
would be outrageous.
runners are ready. Here we go. Celestial Resort begins in 3, 2, 1, go.
And Resorts, this is where you start to, as I think we say every time, cycles, cycles, cycles. This is where you start to experience death cycles, normal cycles, and what you're willing to deal with, basically.
Yeah, exactly right, and that's something that I think as you get into speedrunning, you start hearing more about these death cycles and what are they, and basically the first time entering a room, you will have momentum from the previous room, and everything like these meatballs or dust bunnies, whatever you want to call them, they're on a certain pattern, and if you die, you end up back at the beginning of the room without the momentum that you came in the room with, and also the everything that was moving is on a different cycle now. So it's almost like you have to learn 2 sets of strats.
Yeah.
One for the first time through, and one for the death cycle. And at a certain level, these runners are actually practicing death cycle strats for some rooms.
I definitely have.
Kobalt with some really good movement across those platforms. That is a lot harder to do than people think.
Chat suggests just not dying.
I mean, there's always that. But there's no, Where's the fun in that, honestly? You gotta keep people gripped.
That's it. Kobalt first to the big mess room. Huge mess. Huge.
It's a very big mess, basically.
Enormous mess.
It's a gigantic mess that we have to deal with.
Yeah, that's
Very
right.
slow.
It's our job to clean it up. And Kobalt, first one into the bottom section here. What is this? The book section? What do they call this? Towel section?
Crates.
Oh, crate section. Okay. I never knew until like literally today that the sections were named by the items. The biggest mess.
Oh,
What's
I think
that?
it's technically chests.
Is that BBYSSBM in chat?
I'm like, hey, what's up, hello?
What do people call you? How do you pronounce that?
Ezra's struggling a little bit on this screen, but I think we've all been there. It's that cycle, especially if you're trying to go for the really fast cycle, is very difficult.
I did really bad chests.
Yeah,
Alright.
that spike skip can be tricky. Yeah.
That spike skip's honestly not that hard. I don't know why I messed it up so many times.
There's a bit of an issue where if you have, oh, there's a death by Kobalt, some room to catch up there. If depending on the momentum that you get going into that room with the spike jumps, it can be really hard to get it on the first go, especially if you're leaving the previous room really fast. There is a lot of positioning involved there.
Yeah. I usually feel like I hit it on the first try, but if I don't, then it could take me like 3 or 4 or 5 tries.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's how it usually goes for me too. Although I've definitely gotten the second try a bunch of times.
Interested in how Kobalt gets through these rooms. Good job. I usually offer to completely reset that cycle if I die there. It's not the worst cycle in the world, I've learned, but I'd rather go with the main strat where I do like that little corner boost. Kobalt making it to the elevator shaft.
I'm quite behind apparently.
No, but you're gonna be good. There's plenty of space, depending on how demo dashes go, and a lot of these rooms are long,
Yeah.
so you never know how it's gonna go.
Like, I'll get all the time back if I get Bub's drop.
Are both runners doing 5B? We'll find out.
Yes, keep it secret. Keep us gripped.
Yeah, yesterday morning, I was like, I'm gonna do 5A today. But then yesterday evening, I changed my mind.
Okay,
And I
here's
got
the
better
first
at
try demo dash for Kobalt. Lining it up. Nicely done.
There we go, first try.
First try, and
Nice.
Ezra's closed the gap and is now attempting demo dash as well.
So the thing that I think we talk a
Oh,
lot
wow.
about how
Really
we
fast.
talk a lot of nice first try. We talk a lot about how it's easier on PC than like for me doing it with console because there's more inputs involved, but the positioning you still have to do for the demo dash is so important. It's not so much that you just have a better binding of inputs.
Yeah.
You still have to be in exactly the right place. So getting it first try is still a massive improvement.
It's
no matter what.
impressive. Yeah, that's very impressive. All right, both
This is where you
players
start
now,
to see-
navigating the Oshiro section.
This is where you start to see where those deaths can really punish you. Basically on the same screen now. Up current poll. Which Celeste character are you?
Oh, what a great poll.
Oh, good. I'm a Madeline, personally.
Grandma.
Grandma,
Nice.
Granny just laughing at everybody who tries.
Man, imagine being an Oshiro.
Yeah, that would suck.
I'm gonna go Battleline.
Yes, that was a great Celestial Resort for me.
Yeah, really smooth. Really
Sounds
smooth
like
play
we
there
get
from
through
Kobalt.
this.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
that Dust Bunny was quite close.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at
Alright.
these times
Bird
once
not an
again.
option.
Yeah, it's been a lot of yesterday practicing my presidential suite because that section though.
I think Ezra had about a 2-second lead there. Let's see what the books say.
Oh,
545 from Ezra,
547.
Yeah, I think that's a
seconds,
PB for me, actually.
Wow, let's go. Yeah, still such a tight race. We 2 seconds apart only.
So
As we head into
I'm
Golden Ridge.
2 seconds ahead. All right.
Yes, it is 12:01 Ezra to, not 12:01, 10:01 Ezra to 10:03 Kobalt going into Ridge.
All right.
All right.
Tight race.
Here we go. Let's do some Gladden Resort, shall we? Gladden Resort.
Jack says,
Gladden
I
Ridge.
identify as a dream block.
Nice. Okay, here we go. Players look like they're ready for Ridge. Let's get into it in 3, 2, 1, go.
Ridge is the type of level where I think so. If Resort is where you start to see a lot of cycles, I feel like Ridge is where you start to see a lot of the tying rooms together through various strats. Where
Yeah.
the momentum into rooms becomes that much more important.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Kobalt zipping through the very beginning.
Yeah, really smooth. And a lot of these rooms too, which you see the wind again pushing against the players. At this level, you're going to see the wind not really looking like it's doing a whole lot.
Archie by Kobalt.
Nicely done. Can you explain what that is real quick?
I actually, someone might be better explain that than I would. I have still yet to do Archie.
That's the diagonal dash upward into the bubble, right?
That, yes. As far as like the inputs involved or any timing
Okay.
things of that
Oh, you
nature,
just need
I'm
demo dash
unsure
into
of.
it.
It's basically a demo dash. It's the same rules apply where you're crouched into the bubble, and that allows you to change the trajectory of the bubble slightly.
That explains why I'm not very involved in it, because of the inputs for demo dash.
We're going to see Ezra here doing one of a couple ways to finish this auto-scroller screen. Looks like just going to go standard route, Stafe.
Yeah, I tried to get ultra consistent, but I don't have it consistent, and it just costs so much time to die there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Sometimes if you know your limitations and you just want to play it safe, it could be the fastest way to go.
A couple different ways to do the room that Kobalt's doing.
Yep.
They were doing some reverses there. I tend to do wave dashes on the top, but the thing about wave dashes on the top is that there's such a small gap for you to actually land on.
Yep.
The supers are more than likely much better option.
Yep, you can also take that, you can take the cloud like both players did, or you can take that block to the left and use that as well.
Yes.
Kobalt now, and both players on this auto-scroller screen with a few different options
Ah, dang it.
as to how you're going to get past it.
Oh, that was terrible.
It looks like, ooh, Ezra went for a cheeky little sneak through and
Ooh.
made a mistake there, allowing Kobalt to reach the cliff face. Ezra gonna have to take his medicine now.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done that.
Take your vitamins, eat your
Ooh,
Wheaties.
Kobalt took a death there though. At the end of this auto-scroller screen with a wind. Trying to sneak in front there. Ooh, another death at the same spot. This is the bad side of muscle memory showing its face here.
Cliff face is just, oh my god, it's so punishing. Like everything up that is strat heavy is pretty okay to deal with. Cliff face, because of all of that wind blowing in your face, just, and with the snowballs, like it's one thing to be the wind, it's
Yeah.
one thing to be the snowballs, but it's both of them at the same time. It can completely knock you off your muscle memory.
Oh yeah, it's a lot going on.
Once you're not there, I find myself panicking.
Lil K says entering the bubble while crouched moves you upward 2 pixels, which is enough to clear the spikes. Okay,
Oh, cool.
that's it. And speaking of clearing spikes, Kobalt clearing the stage. First one to the finish. Well done.
Yeah, that was going pretty terrible. Alright.
Still only halfway into the game.
Oh,
There's
that
so
was
much time to go.
Yeah. Bub's drop might change everything though.
Bubs, please.
Yeah, seriously.
Let's hope for a nice smooth finish here for Ezra.
Nice job getting through all those snowballs.
Another poll in chat. Which select object are you? Kevin Block, Dream Block, Meatball, Clouds, or Bubbles? Ooh, that's a tough one. I feel like a meatball sometimes, but Kevin blocks, you know, some days you're just a Kevin block, you know?
I'm going with bubbles.
Well, that was bad, Ridge. All right, how many seconds am I behind?
Okay, let's take a look at the journals, guys.
See what we got.
Carrie's gonna break it down for us.
All right, so Kobalt opened first with a 338 Golden Ridge, 4 deaths. And
That was a 30-second
Ezra-
swing there.
Yes,
That
Ezra
is.
with 6 deaths, 411, giving Kobalt a current 31-second lead. But this is where you start to see major time swings.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mirror
Now
Temple,
the
especially with
question-
Temple B.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now the question is, does Bub's drop help me?
That's it.
Well, it's not even just does Bub Drop help you. If for any reason Bub's Drop doesn't work against for your opponent, that's a 20-second swing right there.
Yeah,
That's true.
there's a lot. There's a lot that could happen here in
I
Mirror
feel
Temple.
like Bub's drop costs 30 seconds though, especially at this league.
Bub's drop can really screw you.
Oh yeah, and we'll explain Bub's drop as we get closer to it. Okay, when the runners are ready, go to the postcard
oops.
screen.
Going to postcard screen. Now I'm at it.
Okay, here we go. Mirror Temple, my favorite stage.
It's one of my least favorite.
All right.
I'm bad at both A and B, pretty much.
Okay, this should be good then. Let's get into it. Mirror Temple begins in 3, 2, 1, go.
Poll ended. Winner of which select object are you? Kevin Bullock with 38%.
Wow, Kevin Block's in the house. Metagloria says exploding pufferfish. Metagloria's got the DLC content.
If anyone comes near me, I explode.
Exactly. Especially with coronavirus.
Yes, exactly.
Stay 6 feet away. Be like a pufferfish these days. Nice moves there from Kobalt.
Yeah. Clean exit. That's really good.
Nice from Ezra3, first try there.
Awesome. So many heart-wrenching deaths can happen in that particular moment for various reasons. All right.
Okay.
Do we get DCB?
Ezra with a strange retry death there. Unintentional, I assume.
Ever just retry?
You ever just retry. Kobalt now on the way to grab the cassette.
Wait, I didn't retry. If you spawn there, you automatically get retried.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. It is very interesting, actually.
Okay, both players now heading to the cassette, where they're going to unlock the B-side. And the reason they're doing this, Carrie, maybe you can explain why go to the B-side.
So, the B-side, if done optimally, is just far faster than 5A. I find that the point with 5B, it's a matter of just don't die.
Okay, I need water. I'll be right back.
But 5B, if you can... So let's say that, hypothetically, a runner gets a tape grab at about 1.5 minutes in. If you can get a decent 5B of like 3:30, we'll just say 3:30 or even 4 minutes, that can be just as fast as finishing up the rest of 5A.
Yeah. Very well said.
Even if you don't get what we're going to talk about later, which is Bub's Drop.
And here's
There's a lot of cutting through current poll. Do you ever just retry?
I know, that was a great poll.
that's
Just
a
real
good
quick,
one.
Kobalt approaching Bub's Drop now. Let's watch. He's going to try to exit this screen at the top and then fall back down. There's a 2-frame window. Well, we'll find out in a minute. There's a 2-frame window where you can fall back down, and that saves a bunch of time.
Yeah, what you're basically doing is, I like to say you're manipulating the game into thinking that you entered from a completely different room. There's no...
Nice. First try from Kobalt.
Good, awesome job. So basically, you're manipulating the game into thinking that you entered from the right side of the room because there's no spawn point for the top section of the room. Unfortunately, no bubs drop from Ezra.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, yeah.
Choosing to just take the route. Yeah, because of the platform, there's no way you can go back down from that section. So when you fall back down, the game just assumes you're coming from the closest entrance, which is the right side.
So the intended route here from Ezra through this bubble gauntlet is not a huge time loss. If you miss the bubs drop, you may just want to take the bubble across. Some people opt to exit out of the stage back to map and then respawn at the checkpoint before bubs drop, and that also is an option.
I'm not consistent at bubs drop enough for it to be worth retrying this stage.
I'm the same way at the moment. Kobalt in the fall. Oh, nice save there. I've seen a lot of even top level runners, sub 30 runners, struggle with that room a lot just because of how, what's the word I'm thinking of? It's just heartless. There's just no good, you can't land anywhere except on walls.
Hey, what's up, Javi? Heroes Javi, welcome in. Okay, and now both players into the in the seeker section almost. Ezra is saving a couple frames there by exiting out and coming back in.
It gives me a nice break too.
Yeah, it gives you a chance to breathe for a little bit.
Yeah, catch your breath.
Yeah, I heard Tej say on his recent run that it saves about, I think, like half a second, if anything. But it's a half a second.
It's a half a second, yeah, and it's free basically,
Yeah,
so you might as well.
Yeah, it is literally free.
Literally free.
Yeah, half a second is actual time save.
Okay, Kobalt now into the Seeker Gauntlet.
Dang it.
Oh, Theo, what are you doing, buddy? Theo, what are you doing over there? Oh my god. One of the pinnacle reasons why everyone seems to dislike Theo. I love Theo, but I can totally understand why a lot of people dislike Theo. It looks like Kobalt missed one of the coins.
Ooh.
Has to retry. One of the small little cons of going really fast is sometimes the muscle memory, you think you get it, and it turns out that you don't.
Looking at the times, it looks like, at the screens, it looks like the players are pretty close, but Ezra actually, I believe, has a lead here.
Yes, just probably a few more seconds than I would assume, but it depends on... Yeah, definitely about maybe 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ouch.
Yep.
4 minute 1 second B-side. I feel good.
Nice. Excellent by both players.
Awesome job.
Really good stuff.
Generally, this will probably depend on the times that show up, but if you're getting those 4 minute 5 Bs and a decent tape grab, you're saving so much time over just finishing off the rest of 5A, where there's so many more
Well, I
seekers.
don't know. Looking at this, like right now, I got sub 6 minute Mirror Temple A side on one of my previous PBs, and like at this file, I'm only just a bit below 6 minutes.
If you could, Kobalt, can we pull up the... oh, you can't go back now. All right, no
Sorry,
problem.
my bad.
Just
It's all good.
It's fine. Next time we'll take a look at the time comparisons here, but...
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the postcard screens. We'll get ready to go into Reflection.
Lil Kickoff says, for reference, world record 5A is approximately 5 minutes, so a 4 minute 5B almost guaranteed saves time.
Yeah, that was a really bad 5B for me, but it still saved time over 5A.
Okay, it looks like we're
It
both
doesn't sound
ready to
as
get
easy
into...
to just say, don't die, but
Yeah, if only. All right, here we go. Reflection begins in 3, 2, 1, go.
Right, this is where we start to see some analog movement and the introduction of Kevin blocks and just so many and a lot of spikes, and there's just this level I think has possibly more things that could go against you than any other level, except for maybe 5B.
Yeah, there's a lot of small optimizations in the movement. You're gonna see in the first section here, and not a whole lot of like big strats, but just small movement optimization.
No leg skip from either player. Not too surprising. Sometimes that window is so small that sometimes you want to work on other things before you go to leg skip first.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
I've done leg skip, and I've actually done it a bunch of times, but it's ridiculously inconsistent. It's just
It
hard.
is. It is. I once learned leg skip, and Fel the Curl actually told me, it was like, you could probably work on about 1,000 other things before you start doing leg skip all the time.
Yeah, actual truth. It's a move that you want to be able to do 50% of the time. If you want to incorporate it into a run, I would say you want to get it down to where you can do it every other time, and it's a really tight trick, and that's a big ask to be able to pull that off half the time.
Kobalt getting a little bit of an ultra on that Kevin block, but hitting air, but it's still pretty fast other than taking it just casually.
Yep. Kobalt with a slight lead here.
Sickly Jack saying neutral jumps, calling me out with my lack of neutrals. You can get up that wall in hollows without neutral jumps, but it's easier to just do them. I use just a really weird form of like stamina optimization.
Yeah, I haven't even tried to look into that super ridiculous task stamina optimization. Although, like, if I muscle memoried it, I'd probably learn it some year.
Same.
Really smooth stuff from both runners right here.
All right.
Oh, Kobalt taking the down route. Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Down route. Top route, there's some very cool things you can do with the bumpers, involving hitting it from one side and then dashing back, and when it gets back to being solid, you get flung from the opposite side.
Oh yeah, I have seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's faster than bottom route if you do it optimally, but bottom route is probably
A little safer, right?
A little safer, and for people that are in this particular time, like this little time section, people like me and them.
Ooh,
probably.
Ezra taking a costly death there.
Oh, I hate dying there.
Yeah, this screen in particular is can be really trying. Oh god, save it. Oh.
But depending on how Kobalt does here, we could get all that time back. Absolutely.
I need to learn to do that screen consistently. That was really bad.
Kobalt opting to go to this checkpoint, but getting through it pretty fast regardless.
Well, this is a horrible reflection so far for me, but hopefully I can step this up.
Kobalt about to enter the battle line fight. See if there's any major yeetage going on here. Yes.
Yeetage. We have yeetage.
Yes. Almost a full yeet, but good enough.
It was
Yeah, I haven't learned
80%.
I haven't learned that yet.
If you do a very small hyper bunny hop on one of the on the second to last like hair transition, you can get that yeet.
So I used to just get a feel for the hair transitions, but if I want to actually learn yeet, I need to start counting.
Yes,
there's actually another visual cue that's, I think it made it much easier for me to hit those. There's two pillars that pass by, and once they reach the left edge of the screen, that's the perfect time to start that.
That's a good one too.
Yeah, it works. It works pretty well. And the other good thing about that yeet, it's similar to like the depths corner boost yeet, is that even if you don't get it all the way, there's, you don't get 100% of it, you can get 80%, you can get 50%, you can still get a speed boost. So it's very worth trying.
Kobalt having a few unfortunate deaths in the battle line fight, giving Ezra a little bit of time to make up. skip the first bumper in that room. I've never really tried to do that before. That's really good movement.
Yeah.
I wish I knew what room you were referring to.
Check the VOD, you'll know what's going on.
Oh.
Unfortunate death, but at least it's early in the screen for Kobalt.
Oh wait, are you talking about the bumper that I just skipped?
Yes, that one.
Yeah. that
Yeah,
one's
you
a
can
really
you
good
can
one to
skip both bumpers in that room. Yeah.
I only
Jack
skipped one.
says 6B when.
6B is the lake skip of stages.
Is the lake skip of stages. That's a good way of putting it.
That's hilarious.
These screens that Kobalt is on currently in like the second half of the battle line fight, I think these are some of the most important screens to learn how to do fast and reflection.
Yeah.
When I was trying to optimize this this level, this was basically what had to be like. Doing those two rooms fast saved me at least upwards of 10 seconds.
Yeah, the moving platforms are, obviously you have to wait for them to cycle. And
Yeah.
if you're not familiar with how to make it happen smoothly, you're just gonna get stuck like waiting and trying to dodge Badlands beams and trying to like navigate over these spikes with all these like cycling, moving platforms, and it's really tricky. But
It's literally life-changing.
Kobalt showing us how it's done and finishing up the
Finishing
battle
up
and
the
fight.
fight.
Yep, and not too
Ezra.
far behind. Yeah, Ezra
Yeah,
right there.
made up some really good time here.
Ooh. The screen always is a little
Wow.
bit sweaty, especially towards the end of the screen.
Terrible.
Oh, okay. And Kobalt finishing up
that.
reflection. Looks like it's gonna be like a 7.
7, yeah.
All right, don't forget to go to journal.
Yeah. Sorry.
And
Oh,
then,
7:30. I guess I'm not that far behind.
And there's no postcard screen on Summit, so we're gonna do the countdown at the stage select screen.
Okay, thanks for warning me. I'd forget.
I can probably PB this one if I have
Wow.
some, like 8,
Kobalt, what's your PB?
39, but it should be.
Oh.
blue.
Oh yeah, I can PB here too.
Nice,
Hey, Invisible Man, welcome in.
I'm like, hey, what's
That
up,
was a
hello?
really bad reflection for me though.
What'd you get?
I got a 741.
Okay, so yeah,
741 compared
Cobalt
to
made
a
up
733.
733. Yeah,
But
Cobalt
I'm
making up some
supposed
time
to get
there.
like a 720.
We are at a 23-second difference, slightly
Wow.
less than 23-second going into Summit. So this is still
No,
anyone's
Kobalt's
guess.
beating me by 23 seconds, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I have to make up 23 seconds.
Yep,
I almost made up 50, so you know.
it's possible.
When I
Well, yeah,
It's possible.
sometimes in Summit I get like... Yeah, I've gotten less than 11 minutes once, and then sometimes in Summit I get like 13 and a half, so it's gonna be hard. It easily can change.
Yeah, it's literally anybody's game heading into Summit. Let's
When I
you're-
click on the summit icon, is there a screen after this?
yeah, you're gonna
It
get.
will at least say the
Yep,
Summit.
you're gonna get to the screen
Yeah,
that
okay.
says
All right,
it's gonna
all right,
show climb, and then we'll
Here
do
we
the
go.
countdown from the climb
I'm
screen.
ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so players are ready. We're gonna get into the Summit here. Good luck to both runners. This is a very tight race. Anybody's game. Summit begins in 3, 2, 1, go.
So for anyone who might not be in Celeste circles, the Summit is literally behind the story is that in Reflection you're back at the bottom of the mountain. So in Summit you're literally climbing yourself all the way back. So what you're going to see is individual sections that are based on the mechanics of all the previous levels beforehand.
Lots of luck. Good luck to both runners in chat from everybody in chat. Sending energy is Palm Top. The pink t-shirt says extra luck to Kobalt. And Kobalt reaching the first purple orb in about 40 seconds.
That's really good time.
Ezra about the same.
About the same, yeah.
42.
Yep.
42 is still really good. Very clean. 500 meters when you start to see the mechanics of City again.
Really smooth stuff, and you know, looking back to again the first couple races today, big difference in strats, big difference in movement, and that's just from practice. I mean, it's the difference between somebody with a PB of 55 minutes and somebody with a PB of 45 minutes. It all comes down to execution and just being fast.
One of the things that we've mentioned before in previous Moonberry Cups is I think one of the positives about Summit is when you get to Summit, you basically know that you're finishing the run unless you happen to lose a pretty good PB or something. So a lot of people are at least generally familiar with Summit. Like, if you're here, you're probably going to finish it up.
Yeah, very true. Salazar says, "Go Kobalt." Kobalt crew in the chat. Being fast requires you to go faster. That's
Can't believe I
true.
didn't think of that.
That's so true.
This screen, there's so many ways to get through this screen, but Kobalt getting through it in one go, I believe.
Yeah.
I was looking at the screen, but it seemed like it was one go.
Yeah, Kobalt with the early lead here.
Ezra doing the old strat I used to do. It's a good one, though. It's a very fast one.
Okay, Kobalt to the orb at 233.
239.
Nice. So close. Just so close. For those who don't know, a death animation is... Current poll, how nervous are you right now? But I would guess that about every death animation's approximately 3 seconds. You can stop the animation sooner by just confirming, but 6-second difference, you're just talking about 2 deaths if you just let the death animations go.
Cobalt showcasing this.
Wait a minute, there's a way to end death animation sooner?
I don't know. Yeah, if you press whatever your like confirm button is in the middle of a death animation, it ends the animation sooner.
Oh.
Okay, focus.
Focus mode for Ezra. Ezra's struggling on this screen here. This is a long screen, and it's can be very tricky. There you go. Nicely done.
Ooh, very nice move there from Ezra.
If only I didn't die a couple times first. Yeah, so I used to do that screen ridiculously slowly. Dang it.
Kobalt in 2,000 meters.
But then I decided to learn a new way of doing that screen. Holy.
Ooh,
Okay,
Ezra.
Focus.
Oh no.
Focus up. All right, Kobalt onto the auto scroller screen here. Let's see how he handles it. There's a couple different ways to do it. It looks like he's trying blockless.
Ooh.
But not blockless, just blockless.
The regular
Ooh.
type of block.
Struggling a bit here. Let's see if he reverts back to the casual strat. Nope, looks like he's trying again. It looks like he's got it this time. Nice.
I think I'm gonna try to go for blockless.
Nice.
And I'm gonna get first try, hopefully.
All right, let's see what happens. He got the flex berry. Ezra needing to make up some time. I hope that Kobalt makes some mistakes here.
Thank you, commentators, for saving me a minute over the course of my runs. You're welcome, little K-Cup.
Alright, whatever.
This is very intense. We're going blockless.
Sad,
Ooh, almost.
Oh,
Very close.
that strat is so hard.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing in blockless.
Agreed.
I even demo dash it just to make it slightly bigger.
Oh yeah, you have to demo dash, yeah.
Well, the first time I did blockless, I didn't demo dash.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
But I always demo dash now because it's easier.
I don't demo dash there.
Yeah, it's harder for carry on the console.
Yeah, Oops.
All right, Kobalt into the Mirror Temple section now.
All right, gotta make up some time.
Yep. Nice moves there. Very quick stuff from Kobalt.
And first time spike
Yep,
jump. So
nicely done.
Very good.
Here we go. Okay. I feel good about the ending of 2,000 meters, at least.
Ooh, there you go.
Take
Kobalt
that.
taking a strange little spike death there. Maybe feeling some nerves.
I have definitely had issues there. Sometimes you think, well, how can I optimize that screen? And so you might try to fall faster or dash faster, and you just accidentally drift right into a spike.
Oh, yeah.
And Kobalt doesn't use doors because we don't use doors around here.
No, no way.
Yeah, door skip's the only way to go.
Nicely done there. You can see Ezra with that key skip.
Don't at me, Chris. How dare you?
Hey, mostly anxious. What's up? Welcome in.
Hey, what's up? Hello.
Mostly anxious, like most of the chat
Nice.
right now.
All of chat right now. And maybe a couple of the runners.
Okay, second
Kobalt.
try, needle and thread.
Kobalt entering 3,000 meters right now.
Yep, final climb. Ezra's gonna need some smooth plays and hope that Kobalt has some struggles here. It's very possible. Battling Strawberry in the chat.
I'm like, hey, what's up? Hello.
Okay, safe strats. Here we go. Safe strats.
Pajama, do you
Okay.
prefer downdraft or updraft?
I don't know.
I'm an updraft lady myself. I
Updraft,
can't-
yeah. They're both good. I think I have to go updraft too.
Honestly,
Ooh.
I don't care between any of them because I just get familiar with all of them and then I do them.
Just go fast no matter what the wind's doing, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Fel the Curl in the
I'm
house.
like, hey, what's up? Hello.
Legendary Celeste speedrunner, Fel the
Oh,
Curl.
Fel's here. Hello, Fel.
Shout outs to Fel the Curl. I think are you doing a speedrunning stream, like tutorial stream, this weekend, Fel? I'm not sure, but I think I saw that
Yeah, I
you
think it's Sunday.
tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Kobalt getting that. Oh, unfortunate death. There's that strat where you can dash into a dash crystal and keep the 2 dashes. Saves a few seconds
Yep.
going in.
I like that strat.
Flag. It's a good strat. I learned it not too long after my race with Pickle Chris. It's a pretty good one.
What's up, J Pug Roy?
Hey, what's up? Hello.
What's up,
I'm like, hey,
Yakuza?
what's up? Hello.
How's it going, guys? Welcome in. If you're just tuning in, this is the Moonberry Cup. This is the thrilling finish.
What flag is Kobalt at?
Flag 10.
11 going into
Alright.
10. I might have a little bit of a delay. But as we've learned before, anyone's game.
Absolutely. Kobalt right now showing no signs of giving this race up. Absolute smooth plays only from Kobalt.
And not so smooth plays for me.
Dialogue says this race has been utterly mesmerizing.
Ooh, good save there, Ezra. That's good. Your stamina going into, I think it's...
Oh yeah, I
flag
ran out of
14.
stamina. That was a good save. I'm
Yeah.
actually happy I didn't die there.
That's actually a good backup if you run into it. I think a lot of people, when they would see that their stamina's falling like that, they would just give it up and just take the
Yeah,
loss.
I used
That's a
to
good way of
go
saving
for
it.
the jump when my stamina runs out and hope that makes it. But it's not gonna make it when it's down there.
Small misstep there from Kobalt. Not a huge time loss, but it adds up.
Well, I think we're both PBing.
That would be incredible.
What the? How did I go left?
Ooh, another death there
I
from
was
Kobalt.
holding up. How did I go left?
Oh, the flag 2 death. Those are always so hard.
Yeah.
Those are so hard to take in.
Oof. Struggling here as Kobalt
Another death by Kobalt.
Seemingly knows he's on a good pace and maybe getting ahead of himself. I've done it many times myself.
Definitely. I've run into a lot of flag 1 deaths myself just by trying to maintain, you know, momentum even when you might not need it at that point.
Yep. Ezra was able to
I
close
think
the
that
gap a little
maybe-
bit here.
And GG from Kobalt with a 1053
GG.
summit.
I stupidly didn't have file timer on, so I don't know if that PB. I think it
Oh,
does.
that's probably PB for sure.
All right, and Ezra not too far behind, closing out the summit. Let's send our energy to both these players.
Yay,
Wow.
sub 39. First time getting sub 39.
Nice. GG.
GG.
That's a PB by a minute and 20 seconds.
Oh, heck,
Incredible.
Kobalt, nice.
Incredible
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, I knew coming into this race that my PB was better than Kobalt's, and that we're both like somewhat high 39s. But yeah, when I heard that he's ahead of me, it's guaranteed that we're both getting PBs.
Wow,
Yeah.
38.52 and a 38.11.
Good job,
4
Ezra.
berries
That
from
was good.
Ezra and
Wow.
2 from Kobalt.